Time changes nothing. Time only reveals everything. You think time changes everything? No. It does not matter the amount of time you give anything, it's never going to change with time. The responsibility and the role of time is not to change anything. Its own duty is only to reveal what happens within the frame it gives you. Time is a system of advantage. Time is there to afford you the advantage of time, the advantage of space of time, for you to do whatever you want to do, for you to perform whatever performance you want to make that can cause and effect a change. Time is never going to come to do anything for anybody. It is never going to come to change anything for anybody. What it's going to do is take this space, take this moment, take this minute, take this hour, take this year, take this 10 years. Do whatever you want to do with it. At the other end of the 10 years, we're going to know whether things have changed or not. Usually when people have enough time to do something and it causes a change, they come out and say time changes things or time has changed things. No, time did not change things. I can leave, say, this thing on this position for the next 10 minutes. It's never going to change unless I do something to it to make it change. The fact that I have 10 minutes for it to change does not mean it's going to change. The fact that I have that amount of time for it to move does not mean it's going to move. If nothing happens to it to cause a motion, to cause a movement, it's never going to happen. If it's here for the next 1 year, it's never going to happen. If it remains here for the next 2 years, it's never going to happen. Reminds me of Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by an external force. If you like, give it 10 years. If you like, give it 15 years. Now you sabi, it's never going to change. It's never going to happen. It's going to remain the same. Time is only there to give you space to walk, to give you space to do whatever you want to do. So as long as you have time by your side, you can do whatever you want to do to cause a change, to effect a change, and make it happen. But time is never going to change anything. So if you say just give it time, it will change, I don't think it's going to change. If you don't put things in place, if you don't put things in process for a change to happen, then no change is going to happen. You don't wait for something to change and just say, just give it time. You have to be doing the right thing that should be done in that moment, in that time you are giving it, so that it can happen just the way you want it to happen, so that it can happen just the way you expect it to happen. So time does not change anything, my friends. Time does not change anything, my friends. Time only reveals everything. Now, what it reveals is that at the end of a certain, given amount of time, at the end of a certain amount of time that has been presented to you, what did you do with it? What have you done with it? Now, it's going to reveal whether you were inactive or whether you were active, whether you were doing things and putting things in place or whether you were dormant. So nothing changes unless something happens, not unless you give it time. Time is not what causes a change. Time is not, in fact, it's not the primary factor for change. The primary factor for change is your involvement, is your principles, the rate at which you follow principles, the rate at which you get things done. That is the primary factor responsible for change. Time is not the factor responsible for change. Time does not owe you anything. You see why it does not stop? You see? It never stops, and it's never going to stop, because it never stops, and it's never going to stop because its own duty is to keep ticking. Its own duty is to keep running. Its own duty is to keep moving. Now, it is left to you to do with it whatever you want to do, whatever you have to do within a given space of time. It's going to give you a piece of itself. It's going to give you a piece of itself. Say, I am time, and I give it 10 minutes. I am time, and I give you 5 months. I am time, and I give you 12 months. Do whatever you want to do with it. Do whatever you want to do with me for the time that I have given you. Now, if you do nothing with it and expect because the time has been allotted to you and you do nothing with it and expect a change at the other end of it, that's a mistake. That's an erroneous, move. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. So time changes nothing. Time only reveals everything. Thank you for joining me on this one. God bless you.